Coming up on the Get Loud podcast, we got rookie minicamp to talk about. Undrafted free agents.
How did they make it?
And you're going to talk a little smack, maybe.
Why not? It was hard on me.
How you doing, guys? It is the Get Loud podcast with Smoot and Jinx, presented by SeatGeek, the official ticketing partner of the Washington Commanders. Smoot!
What's up, brother? How you feeling?
My man, I'm feeling well. How's your weekend?
Happy post-Mother's Day to you,
Happy
man.
post-Mother's Day.
Hey, listen, this is a day that we give thanks to the women that influence us in our lives, man.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, it's one of those days where it's subtle. Mm-hmm. All restaurants are packed.
Yep.
You got to get it in. So I just want to know, Jinx, do you do that? Are you biased mother to father?
Yes.
You cannot do that, man.
I am. There's something about mom. I don't know. Because I'm kind of a mama's boy. Like, I love my mom. I mean, I love my dad, too. But I think it depends also on the closeness of your relationship with each.
I think dad smells like beer and cigarettes, and mom smells like muffins and cake.
Muffins?
You know what I mean? Like, so I think people love us differently.
Mm-hmm.
Like, as a father myself, my kids call me, all right, we got to get mama a gift for Mother's Day.
Yeah.
And I'm like, no, you have to get mama a gift for Mother's Day. I don't have to give her no more gifts.
Right.
You have to get it for her. So now it's like, okay, let's go shopping for mother. And I was like with them, and I'm like, what do you want to get them? They know exactly what they want to get her. So I like, do y'all do this for me? Because the gifts y'all give me are not the same.
Oh, I pulled a good one with my mom this weekend, too.
All right, let me tell you.
Because we were talking, and she goes, hey, I need your advice on something. I said, okay, Mom. And she goes, we're thinking about moving. They live in Texas, and she was thinking about moving closer to the airport because I want to come down and visit for different reasons. And she goes, just think about it, and I want your advice, like the pros and cons.
Yeah.
And I thought about it like, well, if you want to move, you can move.
Just move.
But when I was talking about it on the phone, I go, hey, I thought about it. At your new place, you just got to have a pool. So when I can come visit,
you can take your
She goes,
shirt
oh,
off.
yeah, we're definitely having a pool. I was like, you should move.
Yeah.
You should move. So she's going to move. I got the pool recommendation in. Good to go.
So it's more of a, I guess, a verbal intimacy with the mom than it is the dad?
I mean,
what's the difference? I
think,
need to know this, Gene.
Well, see, I'm a lot closer with my mom than I am with my dad. So
I think it should
that's
be
why.
50-50.
It should, ideally, but families sometimes don't work out
No,
that way.
family don't. The dynamic goes how it goes.
Right.
Like, I know some people that's way closer. Like, this is what I learned. My daughters are daddy's daughters.
Yep.
My sons, they are with the mother.
Yeah.
They are like, and I think that's the dynamic.
Yeah.
Because what I know is this. Your daughters bring you family. Like, my Thanksgivings in the future will be full of my daughters and whoever they dating.
Okay.
All right. My sons will be with their girls' family. That's the way it goes. Like, you become part of their family, and the daughters bring you family. So that's the difference. So if you're going to be with me most of the time, should you get me the best gifts? Like, I'm asking.
You need to think long term.
That's what I'm telling you. Get me the best gifts. But regardless, happy Mother's Day to all the mothers out there, and thank you for everything you do. Believe me, it goes noticed. All right, we notice everything you do. Thank you for everything you do.
No question. We also noticed some rookies
I
on
did.
Friday.
I did.
You were there.
I did.
And the media presence was massive. We haven't seen this much media in a long time.
I haven't seen this much media since they introduced Fred Smoot as a Washington football player. Like,
since you were there.
Like, it was packed with media, and I gotta give this to Coach Quinn. The energy just from the rookies, they understood the mission. All right, full of energy, quickness. I enjoyed the teaching. Even the coaches are animated. Like, the one thing when I played, I love high energy coaches.
Okay,
they push you, they demanding, but they have this energy transfer.
Yeah,
that I love, and what I saw out there was energy. Like, we're not transferring you just knowledge. We're transferring you energy and let you know when you get in between this white wine, this green grass and white lines, you need to be moving. Right? We're not out here to jog. We're not out here to walk. We're out here to run. And there's a big difference out there. And I enjoyed that energy. I enjoyed everything about it. It made me feel like I had 3 plays left, Jink. It really did. And I was talking to Santana and talking to Logan, like, man, like, this is the type of environment that bring out the best in people.
Yeah.
Like, that's the type of environment you want.
I want to talk about this more. I want to ask you quickly, though.
Yeah.
Do you have 3 plays left in you?
I got 3 plays left.
Like, you were just out there 3 plays. You're like, I got a few. I got a little
if they
something
gave
left.
me like 3 months to get in shape,
yeah,
I be abbed up. I had abs all over my back of my neck. I could give 3 plays because I still have the mental to do it. The physical, I wouldn't be trying to survive physically. Right. I survive mentally. Like I use my mental to beat the youngsters.
Like your knowledge of the game.
Yeah, the knowledge of the game. So I would do down and distance. I would understand how they trying to attack me. We got an old man out there in the right corner coming at me. Right? So I need to understand that. So I think I would have 3 plays, and I would preferably I would they was in the red zone. That mean I ain't got to run much.
Right.
Like everything happens now though.
Right.
Like everything happens now in the red zone. But these guys today, they are bigger, stronger, and faster than us. We might have been more physical than them. But we all evolve. The human genome evolves.
That's the way it is.
And not running with these useful guys. Can't do it.
Well, you were telling me about Jaden Daniels, and the first thing you said when we were just talking off camera before we started was, this football, jumps out of his hand. Hollister,
like, listen to me. Tight release, precision, effortless. Like the one thing about quarterbacks that we do as cornerbacks when we study you is, does it take you a lot to get the ball out your hands? Mm-hmm. I play with Danny Warfel, and I love Danny Warfel House, but the ball, he struggled to get the ball out of his hands.
He was the perfect college quarterback.
Yes, but throwing in the pros, he just could not. Like he would muscle the ball, and we'll just pick it off. And then I just turn it up and drink it like a beer, headed to the end zone. Like, because it ain't that you ain't make the right throw or the right decision. You don't have the power in your arm to get it there. Mm-hmm. Jaden Daniels, that ball was leaving his hand, and his deep ball is a beautiful ball. So much it made me want to cry.
I mean, he was like that in college. Beautiful deep ball.
But I want to see it around some pros. I want to see it for myself. And I watched him. I went to the Mississippi LSU game last year. And he I almost left at halftime. Score was like 35-0. He was pushing the ball down the field with Malik Neighbors. I just thought we was outclassed and out athletic. But what I saw from him throwing that ball, I felt good about it. Like it was like, all right, it's some energy. It's some with his ball. Like it's a smooth ball, smooth delivery. So it won't be arm strength. It's how fast can he learn the game.
One thing you heard from the players, and I know we have a small sample size here, but the guys around him said, man, he has an energy about him. You just want to be around him. And I'm sure you've been around players like that before. I think you're probably one of those players where people just kind of want to be in your presence.
No. Like, energy attracts. All right, static electricity, everything attracts. And if you got good energy, players are going to be naturally attracted to you. And what he got that most people don't have, they got taken number 2 in the draft, this dude humble. Mm-hmm. Like, it ain't nothing like meeting an athlete that then got all these trophies on the wall that still look at himself as just a dude.
Yep.
Like when you just a dude and you just one of the dudes, the guys are, especially when you have the ability, if you wanted to be snooty, you could. Like if he wanted to be quarterbackish, he could. No, he's like, man, I'm one of y'all, man. Whatever we got to do to get better, whatever we got to do to take it to the next level. I ain't no finished prospect. You ain't no finished prospect. Let's grow together. How could you not admire that, Jinx? How could you not admire that from your number 2 pick? They say, man, I ain't there. Like, dude, we just getting started. Let's get this thing moving, man. That's what you want for your quarterback. You want your quarterback to be a good person, period. You want all 53 guys to be good people. But we actually need in them 53, we need a couple of guys that ain't good people because you need a mixture. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
You need a mixture. But if your quarterback is one of those guys that value people, bring people in, you'll see that Huddle protect him. If you ever want to know if your quarterback is a good person, watch him get sacked.
That's right.
All right? See do his offensive lineman pick him up. See do his offensive lineman want to fight the defensive line. That'll tell you everything.
I was going to say, or if your quarterback takes a hit close to going out of bounds, and you see those O-line go over there,
and now we
start fighting. It's like, don't touch our guy.
Don't touch our guy. Don't you do that. And there go, you earned it. Mm-hmm. You're not giving it. Like, you're not giving it. You didn't see guys picking Johnny Manziel up.
That's right. He's always in Vegas.
Yeah, I'm just saying. You saw guys pick him up in Vegas off the script, but what I'm saying, you did not see his guys rally around him because it was more me than us. And Jaden seems to be a us guy. And as long as he's a us guy, he's going to be a guy that can lead this team.
Did you have a rookie minicamp?
Oh, yes, I did.
How did it go?
I held out.
That's what I was going to ask.
Hey, I knew I was supposed to go in the first round. I ended up going, 4 picks into the second round. And when it was time to negotiate, I was like, hey, you got to pay me like a first round. They were like, you win in the second. I'm like, but I'm a first round. I'm not coming. And they were like, you're lying. Monday went past. Tuesday went past. No Fred Smoot. Then they paid me.
Okay.
I'm a negotiator.
Smart
I came, and I'll never forget. Martin Schottenheimer was my coach, rookie year. Oh, he worked us so hard in Carlisle, Pennsylvania, that I was like, I don't know if I'm going to make it in the league. Like, I'm dead.
Was that hard?
When I say, we was doing 2 and 3 a days at the time.
Oh, my God.
And this is full pad in the middle of Pennsylvania with the heat 100 degrees. I remember my first day. They're like, oh, we got our rookie here. He finally here. We know he can cover. Can he tackle? They were like, let's do goal line.
Oh, no.
I like, at the beginning
goal line?
At the beginning of practice, I'll never forget it. Donnell Bennett at fullback. Stephen Davis at tailback. Coach said, we finna do goal line, put Fred Smoot at middle linebacker. I'm a cornerback. He like, yeah, we know you can cover. We're going to see, can you get it, mix it up.
No.
They ran power Bobo at me 3-4 times. I remember before the first play, Bruce Smith turns around to me. He was like, listen here, Rook. Don't you wait on them. You go die in that hole. All right? You go meet them. You don't wait on them.
Don't let Stephen Davis get ahead of steam.
Don't let none of them get ahead of
right.
steam. And I was like, all right, I got you. I ran in there time after time, and they would toss me out the club. It didn't matter.
Yep.
I kept running in there, and that's all they wanted to see. They didn't care if I made the tackle.
Yeah.
They wanted to see was I willing to give it up inside that drill. And I was fine with it. And I liked it, and I got up laughing. I think they kind of bothered it. They're like, what is this dude doing? I was willing to do what needed to be done no matter what's asked of me. And that's the whole thing. And this thing about rookies, when you get here, they're going to test you mentally, physically. Everything about the game will be tested.
Yeah.
Like, you think you were so good, because we all, think about it, we was the cream of the crop on our college campus. They held us up.
Oh, yeah.
Toting us around campus like the Queen of Sheba. Like, they just, you are the dude. And then when you get amongst these other dudes, these dudes, these yellow jackets, you're like, man, I got so much to learn and so far to go. And what you really want to do is you want to see, do you belong with them? Like, that's the whole key. Like, you're going to make that one play at practice. I don't know if it comes the first day, second, or the third. But it's going to be one play that you make that you say, you know what, I do belong with them. And this the play you waiting on as a rookie. You can't get that at rookie camp.
Yep.
You had to get that with the veterans. So it's all about that one play. When do you make that play that says, all right, I'm a pro?
And it's going to be coming. I believe Commander's going to be live streaming on Tuesday.
Yeah.
So you can watch the vets and the rookies go at it. 12:15 to 1. 12:15 to 1.
Yeah.
I was just off the top of my head. Thank you, Anna.
Yeah.
I'm glad Anna's here.
Hey,
Otherwise,
listen,
oh, my gosh.
you are from Texas. I hold nothing against you. Like, Texas guys, I know how y'all get down, because Texas try to act like it's his own country.
Oh, you know what I should have said? I reckon it'll be around
I
noon.
reckon.
It'll last for a little bit. It's going to be over yonder. That's
they
what I
don't
should
know
have
what
said.
yonder is.
No.
Most people don't know what yonder is. Like, we got our own lingo in the South.
Yes.
That when we get, like, when I first got here, and this is no lie, I don't know if I was talking to Ben Standing, I was talking to, you know the old media. They still here.
Sure.
And they showed me an interview that I did as a rookie.
Okay.
I couldn't understand myself, Jinx.
'Cause
That's
you were
how
too
bad
country?
it was. I was too country at the time. I don't know what they asked me about, but I just started yabbering, just blah, 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 blah. I was like, damn, I don't understand myself. Like, I now understand what they mean. Like, oh, you got that country dialogue. Now, but when I go home to Mississippi now, they like, look at Fred finishing words. You know, what you a scholar? You're a scholar now? Like, so to them, when I go back south, I sound northern.
Yeah.
But up here, I sound country, so really I don't fit in nowhere.
When I first went to school in Texas, because I'm from the sticks.
Yeah.
And fellow Texans used to make fun of me.
Yeah.
They'd be like, where are you from? I'd be like, I'm from Breckenridge, Texas. Where about you guys?
Yeah.
And they'd be like, this guy. So I knew.
I had to kill some of it.
Yeah. And so I knew since I wanted to do TV and radio that I had to work on it.
Yeah.
So I actively worked on my accent for a long time. So, because I couldn't go on there and be like, well, it's another big game for the Washington Commanders this weekend. So I worked on it, and I would practice it because I knew how I should sound.
Yeah.
So I went home for the first time during Christmas break. Been working up for a long time. And my mom opens the door, gives me a hug, hears my voice.
Yeah.
She's a country girl.
Yeah.
Tears. She goes, are you ashamed of us? I'm like, Mom, no, I'm not ashamed.
You ashamed to be a Jenkins?
You don't want to be a member of the Jenkins family? I'm like, no, Mom.
Yes. And guess what? Like, I remember, like, when doing national broadcast, they gave me some paper.
Okay.
On this paper, they had these words that I had to repeat over and over
They
again.
wanted you to enunciate them?
Yes. And I'm working, I ain't going to say the 3-letter system I was working at in New York at the time.
Okay.
But they gave it to me. And then they gave me alternative words on here. And they wanted me to pronunciate them, keep doing it until it leaves your dialogue. So they're training me at the time. And they were like, well, we noticed you stay away from words that start with ST. I'm like, yes. Instead of saying street, I say the road, the boulevard. Mm-hmm. Anything.
Oh, boulevard's a good one too. Yeah.
I stay away from the ST words because Mississippi don't allow you to say them correctly. So I knew there was a weakness in my dialogue. So I would instead of trying to learn how to say them correctly, I would find alternative words to stay away from them.
You know what's interesting about that too? Like, I get that to a point, but also part of you being who you are,
yes.
And your authenticity, which is like, that's smooth though.
Yeah,
like he's from Mississippi, so I get it to a point, but then you don't want that to become a thing where it takes away from who you are.
Yeah, you don't, but you're also aware of your strengths, ST, and your weaknesses.
That's true.
Yeah, and so you have to be.
It's a balance.
Yeah, it's a balance. You got to tell yourself the truth on it.
No. Let's tell the truth about Honda.
Let's please do.
Guys, explore the sophisticated look of this CRV hybrid.
Give it to them, Texas
This
style.
Accord hybrid, man. Hey, man, this is the most powerful electrifying vehicle yet, Fred Smoot.
Yeah.
You can conquer the unpaved road in one of Honda's rugged SUVs and trucks. Hell, head out back. There's a dirt road. Honda can handle it.
Elbow out the window.
Like the Pilot Trail Sport, Honda's most capable SUV ever, or experience the thrilling performance of the fun-to-drive Honda Civic with an available turbocharged engine. Get power, performance, and ruggedness with Honda. Find the Honda perfect for you at your local Washington area Honda dealer today. And our friends at RTS, Recycle Track Systems, transforming the way commercial businesses and communities manage waste and recycling. They combine the power of AI with premium customer service to optimize waste pickup schedules, ensuring timely and efficient collections to keep our neighborhoods cleaner and
greener.
Visit RTS.com to learn more about how RTS can help your business manage waste more responsibly.
Yeah, I think
Undrafted free agents. There were some players on Friday at Rookie Minicamp who were showing out.
Yeah. Marcus.
I want to make sure I get his name right. He had an incredible one-handed catch.
But guess what? The one thing I want to say about him, Sank, just call him Sank. He had 2 drops in his whole college career.
Is that right?
His hands are huge. His last 2 years of college, he ain't dropped a ball. All right? The ball he caught from Jaden Daniels, it touched 2 fingers. He brought it in. All right? So he's one of those guys that I probably don't got the fastest 40, probably not the biggest guy in the world, but him having that one ability, like, I don't drop balls.
Right.
That's enough for a coach to say, you know what? I'm finna keep him around.
If you are a guy who always, if the football's around, you're pulling it in, you got a place.
You got a place in this league. Like, this league is not, it's full of perfect alpha males. It's full of, like, guys that understand that I have strengths and I have weaknesses. I'm gonna make sure my strengths never go to weaknesses, and I can get better at the rest of the stuff. He made a couple of catches, yank off. I thought ran well. I seen a lot of guys that Sanat. I liked how he ran around. It was a lot of guys, man. I see what they're trying to do, and this is the dastardly, diabolical part of the NFL. You can't keep everybody. Like, you cannot keep everybody.
And you end up letting go of some really good players.
Like, that's what good teams do. Good teams cut good players. Like, that's what they do. So as much as I was, like, hyped for these guys, it was a part of me, because even when I played, I made friends with pretty much everybody in the locker room. It ain't no teammate I've ever had that I didn't know them first, last name basis. I knew their history. I knew everything about them. The bad part is some stick and some don't. That's the reality of football. But seeing these guys go out here and all their dreams are still alive, Jinx.
Yeah.
Everybody that's out there with a jersey, name on back of it or not, the dream is still alive. But the reality of it, the dream is going to die for a lot of players.
Who is someone, undrafted free agent,
Yeah.
or actually could be someone who was drafted, but you played with them and they were cut, but you knew all this guy needs is another chance and he's going to be a success, and he was?
First of all, the day we made it here as rookies for like rookie camp, Antonio Pierce.
Oh.
Antonio Pierce had this look in his eye like every shot y'all give me, somebody finna feel me. Mm-hmm. He came in here gangster. All right? When I say, hell, I was like, is he not drafted? Like,
he was a bad boy.
It was like, just when y'all give me a chance, the dude behind me will never play again. Barrel, the linebacker, got hurt. Antonio started to get reps. Never messing up. Being a leader, he know where to be at. He gonna get there violently. He gonna keep doing it. I was like, if somebody get hurt, this dude ain't giving them their job back. Mm-hmm. And eventually somebody got hurt. He never gave them their job back. He went on to win a Super Bowl.
Yep.
With Michael Strahan and the New York Giants. Now he's the head coach of the Raiders. It permeates from him. First of all, he's a leader. First of all, he understands football to the T. He mastered football because everybody thinks football is so physical. This is a chess match, not checkers. He understood that very, very quick into our career. He understood that part of the game, and I thought that what made him special. And the fact that he understood no wasted movement. Wasted movements in football get you beat. He never wasted movements. He either going forward or he's staying where he at. He's never going backwards. And I always looked at my linebackers and see who was going backwards instead of forward.
Well, man, that's a great story, and I believe you. He was, when he was at his prime, one of the best.
No, just present, feet on the ground. Like when you hear coaches say feet on the ground, I want you to enjoy the now. Don't worry about what happened in the past, and don't worry about the future. You can't control either. What you can control is the now, and that's what he was about.
We were also talking about undrafted free agents. And there's a litany of undrafted free agents over time.
Yeah.
Some of the best who have ever played this game, actually. But those who are playing now, one guy is right on this team, which is Austin Eckler.
Yeah. He's one of those guys that persevere. And I think when you look at the new Commander's pedigree, Austin Eckler is an epitome of it. He is a guy that had to earn everything. Mm-hmm. Look at our draftees. We got two of guys that was walk-ons. All these guys ended up captains. We got guys that hold these people accountable. We got guys that was giving nothing. You didn't come into college a 5-star. You didn't come here a 4-star. You came here as a 1-star and you left a 5-star.
Yeah.
That's what you want. We see this all the time in football. I talk about chopping up with Sean Springs all the time. Most 5-stars that make it to college don't make it to the pros.
That's right.
They don't, because when they get there, they already think they made it, meaning they get no better. They get there, they stay the same, and then they think they should go to the league. No, I take the 2-star that get there and turns itself into a 5-star, because they're telling me ain't no road too hard for him. All right, so, yes, Austin Eckler. Luvu didn't get drafted.
I didn't realize that.
No, listen. They got a vision of what they want, and they don't want anybody that's been handed anything. They want people that earn all they keep, that understand to be a Commander, you need to have this pedigree. Look at the draft. Like, I enjoyed the draft for one reason. They didn't go out here and say, you know what? These 5 players are in Mel Kiper's top 100. Mm-hmm. We're going to draft them. No, they said no. Forget Mel and his bad hair. What we're going to do is we're going to draft guys that have a Commander's pedigree. We want guys that earned everything they got. And that's the type of guys we got. And undrafted free agents are giving nothing. That's why I think about Pittsburgh and the Packers.
Okay.
Think about how they draft. They draft tons of small school guys.
Yeah.
And they do it for a reason because small school guys didn't get the accolades of the guy that went to Florida State and played in the national championship, Tennessee, Alabama. This guy's still hungry to be known. This guy's still hungry to make his mark. Yeah. This guy's, he didn't get all of the fanfare. They want this chip. They want that small school chip. And that's why they do that in Pittsburgh. That's why they do that in the Packers. And that's why these teams are not very active in free agency.
Yeah.
They want their guys homegrown, home cooked. What meal is better? You're a country boy. Home cooked or microwave? TV dinner or home cooked?
Give me that home cooked every time.
That's what I'm saying. But we're in a microwave society. People want it now. Mm-hmm. They want it now. Be patient. Be patient.
Did you hear the story that Sean Payton went into the quarterback's room for the Broncos and Bo Nix were there? And they have an undrafted free agent from the Colorado School of Mines. And I guess when he was...
Hold up. Rewind.
Yeah.
Stop. Did you say the school of what?
Mines.
Like this?
Not mines.
No. No. I was like, at least he can give us
like
signal.
A coal mine.
Yeah,
like a gold mine.
No, when you said that, like, they do not have a dude as a mine.
I think they're called the Ore Diggers, this school. And this quarterback, undrafted free agent, I forget his name.
Lex Luthor.
He had because you know the smaller schools, they rack up ridiculous numbers. And he had 160 passing touchdowns and 30 rushing touchdowns in college. It's 190 total.
Yeah.
So he walks to the quarterback's room. Bo Nix is there.
Yeah.
And Sean Payton walks in and goes, I want to talk to the guy who had 190 touchdowns in college. Just to mess with Bo Nix, just to let him know, hey, everybody here's done something.
No, everybody is equal here now.
Yes.
That's what he's trying to do. I think he knows how to play Jedi mind tricks.
I believe that.
He's very good at playing Jedi mind tricks, and the quarterback room is his room. Mm-hmm. That's the room that he feels like, all right, this is the room I could yield the most power in. And I always think it's good when you do draft somebody how you got somebody to Kirk Cousins them. And when I say Kirk Cousins them to your Bobby Three Sticks, here go this Kirk Cousins, meaning I drafted you, but this person right here, he hungrier than you. Mm-hmm. Hungry dogs eat.
He's got talent too.
Yeah, he got talent too. So somebody to keep your feet on the ground. And I think that's why they did that. But I'm going to have to go and study this guy from the Colorado School of Mines.
Let's pay some bills. And then I want to ask you about the rookies practicing with the vets. And Anna's going to be so proud. Tuesday from 12:15 to 1, we're going to live stream that. So make sure you check it out.
We just trying to make Anna proud.
Yeah,
That's the least we can do. The Get Loud podcast is brought to you by Bet365, the official sporting bet partner of the Washington Commanders. Bet on a range of NFL markets with Bet365 app. Craft your own personalized bet slip with parlays. Access thousands of games with live streaming. Place your bet before the match or during the game. Up to you. Download Bet365 app today. Join 80 million members worldwide. That's 80 million. That's a lot of people. All right? Age 21 plus only. Must be physically located in Virginia. Gambling problem, call or text 1-800-GAMBLER. All right? And MWAA. We don't travel to escape life. We travel so life don't escape us. We dream of any place in the world. And in the blink of an eye, I'm there. I'm there. That's the wonder of flight. All you have to do is decide where to. Dulles International Airport. Let your imagination soar. Book your adventure today at flydulles.com/nonstop.
Beautiful.
Yeah, Mississippi State.
Rookies Vets live stream Tuesday 12:15 until 1.
Yep.
So what do you remember from the first time you practiced with the vets?
It was magical. It was scary. It was everything you think about when you live in a dream. Mm-hmm. I think people don't understand. We dream since we 3-4 years old of playing this game, and when it actually happens and you get into your first couple of practices, like I say, it's more of trying to figure out, do I belong with these group of guys, or how can I fit in with these group of guys? And Bruce Smith was my guy. It's always going to be one or two vets that time you get there, they kind of they picking at you.
And isn't it funny? Sorry to interrupt, but when you were talking about the first time you got on the field and you had to go right at the fullback, that
he turned around.
Bruce Jackson was the first. Sorry, not Bruce Jackson, but Bruce Smith was the first guy to turn around and say, "Hey, this is what you need to do."
Because it's always going to be this vet it's gonna be one vet that like take a liking to you.
Yep.
Like take a liking to you. So they're gonna try to protect you by telling you to protect yourself.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So I enjoyed that, but I also, like I said, it's scary. I can remember like before the first practice, it's like, all right, you putting on your jersey, you putting on your pants. All of this stuff is not traumatic, but all this stuff is like, oh, I'm on such a high. I'm on such a high. Now you go to practice and it's like, okay, let me let me try to just do what they asked me to do.
Mm-hmm.
But then they want you to show your talent at the same time. And I'm a talker. So I wasn't going to go out there quiet because then I can't be myself. Yeah. All right, so I went out there, yeah.
Immediately?
Immediately. Because I had already studied the wide receivers on the roster. I had Lockett. I had, of course, I had Rod Gardner, who's a rookie with me.
Yep.
I had just shut him down in the Peach Bowl. So I wasn't worried
about him.
Put your hands in your pocket. All right. So I had Michael Westbrook. So I had to study the other guys that was on the team. And I think Marty really was shocked that I had did that beforehand. He was like, why did you do that? Now, like, I need to know who I'm dealing with at practice. I'm not finna come to practice late and then show up and don't know these guys' traits. I know Lockett couldn't beat me deep. Wasn't fast enough. Rod Gardner couldn't beat me deep. Wasn't fast enough. Michael Westbrook. So I was like, all right, I'm sitting on all of these guys. Mm-hmm. All right? Like, until you pull out a speed guy, I'm literally sitting on all the guys. So I had already did my homework. I had already understood the mission at hand. Like, I already know as a trash talker, you cannot go in there talking trash if I ain't got no information on you. I need information. Yeah. So I was always a studier. So I studied these guys before my first practice, but it was anxious, man. I felt so anxious inside, and I'll never forget that first night going to sleep in the bed. I slept with a smile on my face like the Joker, because I was like, I do belong. Like, because you do feel like, all right,
yeah,
I do belong with this team.
That's a powerful feeling.
Yeah, that's a very powerful feeling.
Well, I remember when I first got hired in TV, and it was here many moons ago,
yeah.
But I looked around, I was like, there is a lot of talent here.
Yeah.
Like, I got to be ready to go. And I was a little starstruck, and then I remember when I felt like, I think I belong, and it was a great feeling.
Yeah.
But it's different in the NFL. That's obviously a different level. Were you a little starstruck? Because you had some superstars here.
I walked to the coach off. Why did you draft me?
You said that?
Where am I going to play? Like, my idol Deion Sanders is in here. My cohorted and the guy I just was playing in SEC with, Champ Bailey, is here. And the Darryl Green. All right? Where am I playing? Like, boy, go in that room. Mm-hmm. Learn everything you can. We're going to let it work itself out on the field. Don't you worry about that. So, yes, I was starstruck. People don't understand. I wore 23 for like 2 weeks.
I've forgotten that.
Most people don't even understand that I wore 23 for 2 weeks before I was given 21 by my idol, Deion Sanders. So I'm starstruck by primetime.
Oh, sure.
From the door. I have designed my whole football career after him. I wore 2 in college for him. Everything was Deion.
Because you wore 2 at Florida State, right?
Yes. Everything was Deion-centric with me. And I remember having talks with him because the good part, I had already been talking to him in college. Mm-hmm. So he was one of the few people I already knew when I got here. He was like, I'm not playing for Marty. I'm like, what are you talking about? He's like, I'm not. All right? Now, what I am going to do is retire. I'm like, what are you talking about? He was like, here go my jersey. Here go my locker. Here go my Jordans. We wear the same size shit. We do everything. So by him, like, just handing this all into my lap, I felt ordained. I felt like I was an ordained minister. You know what I'm saying? I felt like, oh, he's giving you Excalibur. You have to be the dude now. So I felt that. I felt good about it. But like I said, I was never really starstruck. I think I was starstruck by Deion. And then Darryl Green was tasked with the task of keeping me in line.
Oh. Prayers up, DG.
It took Jesus to heaven, but
Lord, I need your help. I've got a young man that needs your assistance.
So me and D Green had this tight relationship. So I was just happy the guys took me in like that.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? Because I don't think they don't respond to every rookie the same.
Let's pay some bills. I want to wrap things up here, and I got a question about Micah Parsons and sumo wrestling.
Hey, he had a pimp on.
Yeah. If you can't get on board with SeatGeek. We love SeatGeek.
Oh, I do.
Oh, we love them. The official, not rumored, official ticketing partner of the Washington Commanders. The deal is finalized. They are a member of the Commanders family, and get used to it. You will hear it all season long, as you should. Doesn't matter if you're buying or selling tickets to Commanders games. I would say buy.
Yep.
Or any other live event in the DMV. SeatGeek is the place to do it, the new official ticketing partner of the Washington Commanders. It is SeatGeek, so Commanders fans can fan.
My great-great-great-granddaddy, Papa Smoot.
Papa Smoot?
Hit up SeatGeek and got a ticket to the Coliseum and watched some shows in Rome like 9 decades ago. SeatGeek been alone 1,000 years. Long time. By the way, I went to the Coliseum, by the way. I went to Rome. Rome, one of my favorite places. I go there all the time.
You're quite the historian. I mean that.
No, that's what I like. Yeah. I'm a nerd for history. And if you have never been to Rome, I'll tell you this. You will be very, very shocked at when I say technology, just shocked the way they built that city. Like
the lack of technology that they were able to build the things that they did just using their mind. Yes.
No, listen to me, and you got to be like, how much manpower
Oh,
did it take to make these things happen? I think we really sleep on our ancestors. We really sleep on the way they did things. I don't know if you've never seen the pyramid and the Sphinx, you're a fool, right? Because when you lay eyes on that, you start to think differently about the past.
Yeah,
like they might not have a flat screen TV, but they had air conditioning. They had something.
Yeah. Well, you mentioned manpower. Yeah. We saw some manpower in the last week. Micah Parsons and C.J. Stroud went overseas, and they were on a trip together, and they got in a sumo ring with some sumo wrestlers. Now, this wasn't the big – he was a pretty big guy in a diaper.
Chest to chest.
Chest to chest. Micah Parsons got in there. The first time he lost, but the second time, Micah, who's obviously a huge dude, kind of had his way a little bit, got back a little bit. I would still bank on the sumo guy who just kind of sitting there.
Well, first of all,
but it was impressive.
You don't look good if you got abs and you sumo wrestling.
Right.
You need a gut by your butt. You understand me? This is about weight.
Yes.
All right? And weight transfer. I can't do it.
Have you ever tried it?
I think me and you should sumo wrestle next week.
And you?
Live on TV.
You just be able to be like,
Hey.
Next.
But I love guys that chase culture. Chase other cultures, man. That's what we got on this earth. We got a lot of different cultures, and it's fun to embrace other cultures. It's fun to understand why you love these things. All right, and that's what they did. They went adventure. I'm an adventurer. Like, I'm Indiana Jones Jenkins. All right, that's what I do. I adventure, and I like to go see stuff.
Yeah. Well, now it's time for our comments of the week here.
Yeah.
Thanks to all of you guys. Make sure you leave your comments in the YouTube comments section.
Well, we got this
We
week.
always want to hear from you. I try to get in there and respond a little bit when I can. Aaron Harris, 3072 says, remember we were talking about roast last week?
Yeah.
He says.
Because the Tom Brady roast was the best
It was
roast.
great. Wasn't it great?
Like, I had to ask myself, who's next? Because Michael Jordan can't do it. Because we talking about GOATs getting roasted.
Oh, yeah.
Jordan can't do it.
He wouldn't do it.
Skin too thin. Tiger couldn't do it.
Yeah,
I came up with the perfect person who has a Brady-like humility. Brad Pitt.
Oh, Pitt will be a good one.
Because you got to be a GOAT. Like, you can't go from GOAT to regular dude.
That's true.
GOAT. Brad Pitt being roasted.
That's a good one.
Be great.
That's a good call. All right. We got a roast question coming up.
Yeah.
But Aaron Harris, 3072, says, Smoot definitely gave us material throughout the years. A DC sports roast would be cool. Jaden will be all right at 210, 215. Lamar and Vic played at that weight or smaller.
Yeah.
That's success. I'm more curious about the offensive scheme and even the defensive scheme. I'm also curious about who will be the return specialist on special teams.
Oh, great call right there. Jaden will be good at. If you survive in the SEC at 190, you can survive in the league at 190. I got here at 180. I'm going to tell the truth. I lied. 175. So I survived. I didn't get hurt. It's part of it. If you're tough, you're tough. It don't matter how big, how small you are. And you're right. Lamar and Vic survived because they had a special skill set. So does Jaden Daniels. He has a special skill set. I'm in trouble. I'm running. Simply as that.
Yeah.
So it's one of those things. In the offensive scheme, I don't think any of us know. Like Coach said, this is not the fun and gun. This is not any of that. He caters offense to the person. And if he's going to cater this to Jaden Daniels, it will have a strong throwing element, but also a strong running element to it.
Yeah.
All right? Defensive scheme. I like Coach Witt. I love Witt. I watched Coach Witt help Charles Woodson get a yellow jacket, man. Listen, I'm going to be calling him John Wick by the end of the year. All right, because that's what he does. He dissects people on defense. Expect a very aggressive defense with protecting the DBs.
Yeah.
Because most people like to just put us on the island and say protect yourself. He will have a strong blitzing, but he'll still be protecting the DBs, allowing them to make plays. So I think it's going to be good on both sides, and I'm eager to just sit back and see how they nurture a talent like Emmanuel Forbes. Now, if you let me be the roaster, if I'm the rooster in there,
you would be the guy.
I would be the guy.
You would definitely be the master of ceremonies.
Like if we had the roast of DC, meaning DC's top athletes, get OV in there.
Oh yeah,
he'd be like, I don't care. I don't understand anything you're saying. Anymore.
Yeah.
Right? But if we get these guys in here, you know who I would want to roast the most?
Gilbert Arenas.
I love Gil. No, not Gil.
I'd roast Gil.
I love Gil. It'll be Bryce Harper.
Oh, he did.
I would love to roast Bryce Harper. Even though you gave us a championship, I do love you. But when you got to Philly.
And he didn't get it. Remember, he left, and then the Nats won it.
All of a sudden, when you was here, it was everything Vegas. You know, now I'm a fan of everything on the West Coast. Then you got to Philadelphia. Oh, I've been a 76er.
I've always loved Philly. No, you haven't.
No, you haven't. You're lying, dude. Like, yeah, Philly forever, man. All right, Rocky. I got Rocky tattooed on my arm. You jerk. Like, listen, I would love to roast him very slowly, rotisserie style. I would give DC everything they was waiting on for 2 straight hours. I don't even need material. I'm coming straight off the dome piece. I don't need no writers. I don't need nothing. All right? I'm going to give you everything you ever needed, Bryce Harper.
Oh, that would be fantastic.
It'll be great.
We can make it happen. Before we go, I want to send a shout-out to the Players Club, Emmy-nominated Maddie, Kayla, and Yoke. Hopefully they bring home a statue here in June, but you might be rooting against them.
I am rooting against them. I'm rooting for Rachel Nichols in this situation. I want her to win. I can't stomach London Fletcher now. Do you think I'll be able to stomach him after an Emmy?
Oh.
He already, I had one more interception than you. You played 7 more years than I did. You should. If he gets an Emmy,
oh, it's over.
I will not be able to stomach CeeLo Green. I would not be able to stomach London Fletcher because he will not let me make it. So I'm going to postpone this one and say I hope y'all don't win the Emmy. Not today. Next year, yes.
You mean next year without London?
No, I want to give myself time to win the Emmy. I need to win it before him.
Okay, I got you.
I need to win the Emmy before them. Now, I want y'all to win one. I'm not a hater. No hate here. Hate free. But I have to win it before London for it to be correct, all right? Okay. So my blessings go out to y'all, but I'm pulling for Rachel Nichols. Name recognition. She been one of the best to ever do it. London Fletcher, Rachel Nichols. Give me Nichols.
Spread Smooth. I'm Michael Jenkins. That is the Get Loud podcast presented by SeatGeek. Thanks for being with us. Remember, live stream on Tuesday beginning at 12:15. The rookies and the vets. We'll see you next week.
Give me that Emmy.